we're going to fit these up. Put them together, see how they work, go through the full motion of the suspension.
So we screw the preload ring first.
All the way down?
No, not all the way down, just to make sure that we have enough room to screw the head after.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. That's what they teach you in school, right? Lefty loosey, righty tighty?
Yeah. And you prime all the tread from the shaft, all the tread here for the body. And you can prime.
Just over the floor kind of deal?
No, not that one. Only that one. Yeah.
Okay. Over this way?
Yeah. Perfect, like that. On the eyelet too.
Right in here, you mean?
Yep. Perfect. You're good.
See that? And then this whole area?
Yeah. Perfect.
Obviously, he's never watched any of my videos of when I put things together. Okay, what else do you need?
I'm ready to build the shaft. I need to insert the rebound needle, that we call it, so it goes straight here. Here's the rebound jet, so it just screw right here.
Okay.
So when you adjust the rebound, the needle is gonna close the hole there, so it makes the rebound a lot slower or faster if it goes all the way out.
You always wonder what the internal, mechanics are like of a shock and actually how they work. We're going to get into that a little later on, but this is pretty cool.
I put a little grease on the needle because there's a ring.
All right.
You don't want to damage it.
Nope.
All the way down.
It's like loading a musket.
A little bit of blue Loctite on that one.
That's your rebound adjustment rod?
Yeah.
So no cutting and welding on these?
No,
No.
it's all screw. Well, welding the aluminum with the steel is not a good idea, I think.
You hear that, Keely? You can't weld steel and aluminum.
I tried.
He's tried. How thick is the shaft on that? 14 millimeters?
16 millimeter.
16 millimeter.
And there's a 2 millimeter of chrome.
Oh yeah.
And the harness is that's really a hard chrome, so it prevents from not on the snowmobile, but from quads and stuff like that. The rock could chip the chrome or stuff like that. So
2 millimeters.
Yeah, 2 millimeters.
That's
of
crazy.
hard chrome. That's why when I don't know if you hear, when we cut the shaft, there's a lot of sound at the beginning.
Ah.
That's why. Use that kind of tool to have the more grip possible on the body to make sure that we can torque at the
correct torque. Yeah, that's pretty cool. See that? Right there. It's my name. You can't see that because you're blind.
We're now ready to to try to find out what is going to be the valving for that type of shock.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do, I will put the bumper and the seat head on the shaft. So after that, I'll be able to try to find the valving, and I will just take a look at the computer, what type of valving that we should use, because you have a real low motion ratio. So
right.
I want to use something really soft. And with the Stage 5 cartridge, you have a lot of room to improve the adjustments. So,
oh, good.
So we need.
So if I'm finding it too soft, I can bump it up.
A little bit of grease. Make sure the O-ring is all grease and have a good slide fit from.
Yeah, I see you use that as a guide, right?
Yeah.
Now we're going to go do the shim stack and get ready for the valving.
So I already have a spec sheet with all the force that I need to use. Here is the side from the bump valving on the compression side.
Okay.
That's the rebound valving that we have.
Oh, yeah.
So the lower motion ratio that we have, we all test the shock at 5" second and 15" second on the dyno. So it gives me a good idea of what I need to use for your kind of motion ratio and your kind of specific riding that you use the sled for.
Yeah.
So it's better to be a little bit softer than
Yeah.
what we think. So you have a room.
Right.
You can go, oh, it's too soft, so I'm gonna crank up the adjustment a little bit, and that will be perfect.
Cool.
That's what we call fine tune after
Right.
that. So do you want to work?
Sure.
Sure.
Yep.
So that's easy. You just need to follow the shim stack there. So it means, it says a 0.10 by 32 right here. You take 2 of them because we need
Yep.
2 shim stack, and you just follow all the
All of them.
shim stack all the way down.
No kidding. And they go on top of this?
Yeah.
Or down there? Okay, yeah, that must make sense, right?
You want to do it?
Yeah. So it says, oh, wait, well, one each. Yep.
I can just
Yep.
can go over here if you want. No, just put.
Oh, put them, I see.
Yeah, put on the table, and after that, we're gonna put all the shim stack together.
Okay. Oh boy, they're stuck together here. This is the shim stack. And you got to make sure that these are bang on. 1026. 32. And all that equals 1.75 millimeters. Compression stack first. Okay.
Compression side of the piston first,
Okay.
both.
Now this is basically channeled for the fluid to go
Yeah.
back and forth.
Yeah.
Yep. Now we do the rebound.
Fluid push on the shim stack. That's what creates the
Ah,
force,
I
the damping force of the shock.
So they actually bend.
Yeah,
they-
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Very cool. Okay, so now's the rebound stack, and I'm on it. I'm on it. 1028. Oh, I think we're getting low on these ones. We've got no 1028s.
Oh, okay. I'll go find some.
Oh my God, no 1028s. We're not going to put a 1020 in there because that would completely screw this thing up. This has to be bang on. But it's interesting, but they have to be kept in their same order. There we go. The man comes through with 1028s. So 1028. So
Yep.
just for your reference, each one of these shims is more or less a different size. And as the fluid rushes by, this opens up, basically sets up your valving.
Yeah.
Imagine testing that, like each shim.
Yeah.
Is that what you had to do? You had to test each one of those shims to get
Yeah,
your...
you need the composure of the shim stack.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we start with the valving, the composure like that, and okay, we need to have more low speed or less high speed.
Right.
So we're gonna play with the last shim or the first shim and try to find
Yep.
the good way to do that setup. And when we found the right setup, so we had in the computer,
Yep.
and we use it for the next order that,
Yep.
that the customer is gonna.
Wow.
gonna use. So we're gonna clean up that.
So if we had, I weigh 175, Keely weighs about 300 pounds. If we needed to change these shocks, you could bring him in, revalve them according to his weight?
Yeah, we can do that, but they're gonna need a spring rate, a different spring rate too.
Right. Okay.
To change the weight of the rider.
Okay. So we're going to install the shock now on the machine with no oil in it just to check our travel.
Yeah.
See if there's any issues. Oh, look at that. You're confident that this is going to fit, right?
No. I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm confident.
Yeah, good. It's not his first rodeo.
No.
It's not your first one. So after we've done this, we fit it all up, then it's going to go, we have to figure out the spring, the proper spring to put on. The spring rate according to the weight of the sled, the weight of the driver.
Yeah.
It's a little tight in there. So what do you need to check on here now? More or less, this is something you could eyeball. Like,
yeah. We have, I put a secure measure to make sure that that's not gonna hit
right.
the upper arm. So I think like that with the bumper on it, and
so that doesn't come in contact with that.
No.
Everything's nice and clear. Yeah. Now, what about when you have the spring on?
The spring on, just as I look like that. Oh, seems close to here, huh?
Okay. Springtime. Oh my God.
Oh, that's close, huh?
See? It's doing it already. So if we grind the back, because I'm going to just put a lock nut here, right?
Yeah.
So if we grind the back of this nut out, that's going to clear up some of that. Okay, so what happened was we noticed because these arms are a lot smaller, we're having a little bit of a clearance issue here with this spring on full extension. So we just made these shims. It's going to work out just perfectly. I'll tighten that up.
Barely in.
That's what it's like with a custom sled or any custom unit, you're going to run into issues like that, but that's easy enough to deal with. Okay, pop it out.
Yeah.
He milled those things up in a minute. Unbelievable. We need one of those milling machines. So everything's fitted up. These things are ready to be filled, charged. But because of proprietary issues, we can't actually watch this being done. So we've been pretty lucky so far to actually go through this whole process. But he's going to run in there and through the magic of television, finish this up, and you'll get to see the new product. So what he's doing is he's engraving this serial number on here. So if I have to call him up and make reference to these shocks, that's what I give them, supply them with that information. They know exactly how these are made and what needs to be done to them. And if you buy a sled or an ATV from somebody else and you want to have the shocks revalved for your application, just give them that number, they'll do the same thing. When you think everything is done and you can just install those shocks on the machine, you got to go one step further. They're going to set this up on the dyno. He's going to run it through the paces and make sure that it actually, I put those shims in the right way and that everything's operating exactly the way it's supposed to. That's pretty neat. Like this is basically the end test before it's all installed with the spring on it, right?
Yep. Yeah. So what I'm doing right now is I'll do 8 runs from a really slow run to a really fast one. So I'll have a curve and it's gonna show me where the low speed set and the high speed set if everything is all right on all those aspects of the shots.
Okay. This is proving that what we put on paper is in the shock right now.
Exactly.
Right on.
Exactly. And I'm sure like that the shocks work perfectly, and all the adjustment adjust, and
No surprises.
yeah.
Back to the office. We're going to check out what kind of springs we need for my application.
We found out that a dual rate on that type of snowmobile is one of the best setup that we use. You can't. So at the first stroke of the shock is gonna be more soft.
Right.
And when the top spring gonna hit the crossover between those two springs,
Yep.
they're gonna put on the main spring, so the shock's gonna be a little bit more stiffer at the end of the stroke. So that's what we wanted.
That's what you want.
Yeah, that's what we want, I think.
Like a progressive stop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just found some really soft spring that we're gonna use for
Perfect.
our shop. Yep.
Now it's springtime, so we're gonna use a very soft rate spring that they found for us.
Yep. That one, hyperco spring with dual rate, with that top spring, with a crossover between.
Hold on.
Like that.
Perfect.
The key of success. You want to put the sticker?
Nope, I'll put it on crooked. I can't install stickers, they always go on crooked. How are you going to set up your preload on that?
I just, you know my sheet on the computer?
Yep.
With all the calculations
Yep.
and stuff like that? I just found I had the right height that I want.
Yep.
With the force of the spring. So if I had 5 millimeter of preload on the spring, I found out that I was at the good right height that I want.
Oh,
so
yeah. Wow, okay.
I just found out on the computer, but
Yeah.
the computer and the real life sometimes is two different worlds.
Right.
So
Right.
it's good to get that numbers on the computer, but you need to double check it on the physically on the sled
Exactly.
itself.
Yep. Not much preload on it at all, really. It's called an arbor press. Isn't that what that is?
Arbor press?
Is that an arbor?
That one?
Yeah, is that an arbor?
I don't know.
Is that an arbor?
Yeah, it's an arbor press, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Okay. See?
I'll get one of those too. We have a hammer. So that one is done.
Sweet. There we go. You know, that's not very heavy. Not as heavy as what I thought.
Yep, nice big shaft too compared to what you normally get.
Install time. Yeah, you gave me the hard one to do, I see.
That's your turn.
No problem. We got it. Look at that. Oh yeah. God, they're a lot smaller than I thought they'd be.
Yeah.
They look great. So I'm going to tighten these up. And that's it. Obviously, my toe out is a little excessive right now.
Yeah.
I've got to make some adjustments on here. We have to shorten up these arms a little bit. Our man Nicholas here, I got to thank you very much. That was extremely fun.
Yeah, that was a pleasure. For
Yeah,
me too.
it's a good day for you, right?
Yeah, sure. Really busy morning day. So.
Well, you know what? We learned a lot. Seriously, we learned a lot. Not only about how shocks work even, but how they're obviously put together, and about how you do things here at Elka.
Yeah, and all the process of the machining from the production stuff
Exactly.
to the spring, the sticker, and all the stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, you're definitely the go-to man here. Yeah, everybody goes to you when it comes to something technical. I know that.
That was a busy one for me.
Yeah. Well, thanks again. Now it's time to go talk to Mark. He's the big shot here.
Yeah.
And we'll wrap things up.
Perfect, sounds good.
Next time you see us, you'll be watching video of this machine going crazy with those shocks on.
Yeah, I hope.
Right on. Well, thanks again. No. Oh, there we go. Sweet. Look at that. I got to thank Elka Shocks for having us here today. We had a riot. Great company, great product. And you guys stick around, because you know what? This winter we're going to have to try these things and tell you how they work. All right, it's all done. Mark, I got to thank you very much.
Louie, thanks again for coming in.
Yeah, we've had a great day.
Yes.
Nicholas was awesome.
Yes.
And you know, I actually got to help put this thing together, which is amazing. And you know, everybody's going to learn something from this experience. You know, all my viewers get to see how shocks are put together and get to see the Elka product. So, you know what? I got to thank you, and I got a little something for you.
I'll put it right away.
That's awesome.
That fit good, yeah?
Yeah, that's good.
I got a couple of things for you and your crew.
Oh,
so
that's awesome.
A couple of hats here, and basically for trailer stickers.
Yep.
And a t-shirt and banner as well. So
right on. Well, the guys are going to love that. We always love our swag.
Perfect.
So once again, thanks very much.
Thanks again.
And we're going to make some videos going crazy with this, and we're going to let you know. We're going to let you know how it is.
Give us a call, and it's always a pleasure.
Right on. Okay, guys, let's get out of here. Thanks for watching. All right, those look awesome on there. The Stage 5 Elkas from Elka Suspension. I hope you enjoyed our video. We had a great time at Elka Suspension. We actually got to make these. How cool is that, right? So we're going to go check out some other manufacturers in the future, so you don't want to miss those videos. The next step, after we're done all this sled, we got to go out, tune these babies in. So make sure you stick around for that video. Make sure you check out Elka Suspension on the web and on Facebook. Check us out on Facebook as well for some cool giveaways. Thanks for watching PowerModz.
You to come, I'll make it impossible.